This is a great pretender with the tails from Stony Bottom. For the last 4 or 5 years I was with Grandpa, and he taught me a few things. Well, I used to stay with him a whole lot growing up as a young boy. Grandpa would tell me about how life was when he was just a small boy. Times was good back then. You could eat fish right out of the river. You could even drink the water out of it. People grew their own food back then. They had lived in a simple log cabin and heated it with wood. Yes, they had large families, but it took a large family to make it back then. He said they'd get out and they'd get up at the crack of dawn, get all the livestock and animals fed. Then they'd get out in the woods and take the rifles with them and try to shoot them up some food for the day. Yes, I remember. We always thought it was tough being a kid back then, but I would still recall me and Grandpa getting a big pan of biscuits and some fatback gravy, made with fatback, and some eggs right out of the chicken house before we'd take off. And Grandma would always pack us a lunch, and we'd take us plenty of water with us. We'd head for the woods, because we didn't go to town. You didn't go to town about once a week, and when you did, you got what you had to get, and that was it. You didn't waste money on luxuries. There wasn't any. We thought a bag of flour and a bag of coffee was what we needed. That'd be all we'd get. Might get a new pair of overalls once a year, a new pair of boots, and a change of socks. But we'd just head out and we'd head for the woods first thing every morning, go check our traps, and see what all we'd caught in them so we could tan our hides when we got back. Make our own clothes out of it. Yes, Grandpa had a long white beard, and he said he didn't care if he shaved or not, but he'd always shave at the beginning of summer, and said that was the last time he'd shave until next summer to come along. Grandpa was kind of grizzly looking. He said he'd take a bath about once a month in the creek. Right when the water was getting the ice was breaking off of it, he'd get right in it. He didn't care. He'd bring along some lye soap that Grandma had made that summer out of the leftover grease she'd rendered up during the winter. And back in, we didn't need too much stuff. Had a couple of changes of clothes, and some on Sunday whenever we got together with the family. We'd get together and have a big dinner, like once a week. We'd treat everybody like family. We wouldn't say, well, you didn't do this right, you get out of here. And if anybody wanted to take a drink take them a drink or two, we didn't mind, just as long as. But back then, people knew how to act. They didn't say, we don't tear the place up just because we got a little bit of beer or liquor in us. We just went ahead and drunk it and had some fun. Sat around and played the guitars and banjos and fiddles. And sat there and cook out on the outside. Invite all the grandkids up to have a good time. I remember these days, even if we'd invite all the neighbors up. The neighbors would help each other out. They ain't like they are today. Don't get in my yard cause you don't kill the grass. Watch where you park your car. Don't get out there. Don't step on my property. Give they don't give you something one year and cut the tree down the next like I had them happen to me. Grandpa said they didn't have no such thing as wants. You didn't have to tell anybody. We didn't have to tell nothing. We'd just spread the word at the general store. And everybody know what you needed, so they'd bring by. When somebody got sick, the other people would come out and help cut the wood and stuff. They didn't have no problem with what colors anybody was or what nationality you was. I remember Grandpa said they invited a bunch of Indians down one time when they was out in the woods running around. They didn't know they was Indians. Nobody didn't say, well, we can't bring you here because you a different race or color and your ways don't matter to us. Everybody was treated the same. And that's what life was all about growing up. And as I tell this tale over the weeks, next month or two, I bring a little bit more of the characters I got into it. So this has been the Great Pretender signing off from Stony Bottom. Get on a computer or whatever way you see this and write me in. It's 182 Backrun Lane, Rocky Mount, Virginia, 24151. I'd be appreciated to hear your outcome on how you like it. Thank you.